Hi, everyone. I am Chris O'Connor, and I am so excited to be here today. I'm at the Real News PR offices, and we are filming this live in his office. I am so excited. State of Search is coming up. I'm your resident chairperson for it. It's coming up in October on the 24th and 25th in Richardson at the Renaissance Hotel. And we have a class that's going to be taught by our very own Jeff Crilley. I am so excited. He's going to teach you all how to do a podcast. So we wanted to entice you a little bit with what he's going to be teaching you. So Jeff, welcome. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited to be in your showroom.
And a big anchor desk.
I
This is
know.
fun,
I
right?
feel like a somebody today.
Well, I'm honored to speak at your event. Yeah, we're going to teach everybody about podcasting. I'll call it Podcasting 101 because a lot of people will talk themselves out of it. Well, I don't know what kind of equipment to get. Am I a host? I've never been a host before. So we're going to kind of break it down for you on what is a podcast, both audio and video, like what we're doing right now. We're going to talk about how simple it is to get up and running. There are free softwares that you can get to be a podcaster tomorrow. You could use the mic on your computer if you want to, or you can look at studios. There are a number of studios in town. I'm a little biased, but I think ours are the nicest. But you can rent a studio and have somebody else do all the editing and uploading and tagging, and those are the things that I found, Chris, that drive people crazy, is that most people who start a show just want to be the host. They don't want to spend 3 hours editing. So that's kind of done for you. Podcasting is another option.
Absolutely. I'm one of those. I have edited video, I have edited audio, I've done all that, and it's very time consuming. And I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I do a pretty decent job, not as good as what they do here. But when I came in to do my own podcast, I love showing up. I set my setup how I want it, put my backdrop things, I do my thing, and I walk out the door, and a week later, I have a podcast ready to post out there. So for me, it's worth every penny.
Well, and I want to brag on you because you've never been a broadcaster before. I came
No.
up in television news, but you've never been a broadcaster. But you took to it like a fish to water because it's really just a conversation. You're just talking to people, and as long as you're interested in people, the show is going to flow. Let me turn around and interview you. Was it easier than you thought?
Yes, way easier because really did I have some nerves? And yes, was I nervous a little bit? But when you love what you do and you talk to somebody else about what they do, and when they love what they do, all that goes away. It really goes away. Your knowledge shows and you show. And I mean, I can remember one guest had to take a little drink before to calm her down, but I'm telling you, she did a great job, and I won't, put her out there, but
Sure.
Sometimes you have to calm the nerves, but it worked really well, and it was a great show. If you love people and you love to talk to people, why not?
Yes. And at your event, we're going to talk about why do a show. Some people do it as to talk about a hobby. Let's suppose you're into classic cars and you're passionate about it and you want to do a show about it. Well, you could do a show that way and talk about something that really jazzes you. You can use a show to become a thought leader. That's why I do my show. Who else gets to sit on an anchor desk but a thought leader? And then a third reason to do it is business development. I like to say that I have the best pickup line at any networking event that I'll ever go to. I get to say, come on my TV show. Chris, I don't even say, come on my podcast because a lot of podcasting looks very homemade. So I now just say, come on my TV show. And it's been a very good driver of new business in my company.
Well, I can say that's how you got me in. So that was like 2 years ago, and
You had me at
I
hello.
had messaged Jeff on LinkedIn because I'd watched it for a long time, and it was worked for a different company. It was Garage Door Safety Month, and I said, "How much does it cost to get on your show?" And you text me back, and he says, "Well, come on my TV show," and that's all she wrote. I mean,
Well, it begins.
I was in love.
Thank you. It begins a conversation. Is what happens. Is when you say come on my TV show, most people instantly say yes, and then they come in, and there's the bright lights and the countdown. Stand by, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you really feel like you would if you were at Good Morning Texas or a commercial television station. And so for me, the magic kind of happens after the show when I sit down with the guests that I like. I don't invite every guest who's on my show into my office to have a greater conversation, but that's another reason to do a show, is to kind of vet people and figure out, is this a person that I'd ever want to do business with? Another thing that happens with shows is your guest is proud of the show, so they begin advertising for you. They blast it out all over their social media, and I'm sure you've gotten some guests on your show who saw their friend on your show. So it once you get it going.
Well, I can tell you, one of the individuals that I interviewed, 16,000 views.
Wow, that's enormous. Congratulations.
16,000 views.
Well,
over 16,000 views.
And I'll give you a hint. If you turn on the local news here in Dallas at say 5 in the morning, they're not getting 16,000 views. They don't get that until later in the morning. So well done. I think you just
I know. I was pretty excited about it.
Local TV.
Kind of blew my mind. The very first one that I did, within the first 5 hours, over 2,000 views.
That's enormous.
Now, I know that doesn't happen on every single video, but I want to tell you, it was like, wow, and the first one I did by myself, because I just kind of told my story, right? And where I came from and the challenges and so on and so forth. So, it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, because I have to say, I love doing this, and I think you should love doing this too, and don't be afraid to be in front of the camera. You look at people every day, right?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Absolutely. We're going to break it down for you. We're going to make it very easy, and I'm so honored to be invited to speak at your event. I can't wait.
I know, I'm excited too. So make sure that you register at stateofsearch.org. It's October 24th and 25th in October, I think I said, and Renaissance Hotel in Richardson. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us and fill out the form and ask your questions. We're here to help you. We want you to be part of this phenomenal program. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, so honored. Way to go.